What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at some more NHL trade rumors from Spectres Hockey for June 6, 2018. Now, we all know that on this channel I've been talking about some rumors for quite some time now, and I hope that you guys like these uploads because it is a lot of fun and there's a lot more interaction and we talk about trades and signings and stuff. So hopefully you guys do like these videos. If you do, please like the video and subscribe if you're new. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers. Lots of streams coming up too. I'm going to be doing one for the draft, free agency, all that stuff like that, so make sure you stick around. But let's get into these rumors. So Elliot Friedman was on Vancouver Sportsnet 650, I believe, on the radio, and he was talking about the Ryan O'Reilly trade rumors. Now, he's not sure if this is set in stone that Botterill wants to trade Ryan O'Reilly, but there is some rumors out there that the Buffalo Sabres could be looking to unload him somewhere else, and he is a good player. I'm not saying that they're just unloading him to as a cap dump or anything like that. He is a good hockey player, but he's not sure how urgent they are to really move him. O'Reilly has 5 years left on a contract that he's being paid $7.5 million per season, and he also does not have a no-trade clause. So you could probably get a lot for him, and that's why if he does get traded, it will be for quite a bit. There is a high asking price for Ryan O'Reilly, and rightfully so. He is a good player with some term left. The contract might be a little bit too much money, but there should still be a lot of interest from teams. There's been some, because of the fact that he was talking with Vancouver, I think that the conversation came up around the fact that he could be linked to the Vancouver Canucks, and nobody's sure if that's possible yet. Darren Dreger from TSN was on Vancouver's TSN 1040, I believe that's what it is, and he was talking about the fact that if they were to make a deal with the Vancouver Canucks, and this is not to say that it's set in stone that they want to deal him to the Canucks or that the Canucks have all this interest, but if there was interest there, that it would probably be an NHL player or prospect or a combination of both with a draft pick or just a good young NHL player. So there is a mix. You can see the pattern, you know, when we've heard about all these Buffalo Sabres trade rumors in the past and even some other teams. It's kind of, you know, a template. You want a good prospect, you want a good draft pick, and possibly another piece on top of that. A guy like Ryan O'Reilly, I think that might be a little bit of an overpayment, especially if you're the Vancouver Canucks, and that's something that's listed in this article, but it's kind of common sense for anybody who really pays attention to trade rumors, and even the Canucks in specific. The Canucks are rebuilding right now. You're probably going to have to give up the high draft pick that they have this year, maybe a combination of another pick in later rounds, and the fact that they're building all these young guys together in Vancouver is something that should be applauded. You do not want to break that up. You don't want to go after some other guys, even if Ryan O'Reilly could be a fit. The team might not be ready to go out and make these moves yet. They're still trying to rebuild. They're still trying to grow together. And breaking up pieces from that core for Ryan O'Reilly would probably be a mistake. You keep that cap away from you. You keep the young guys together. You don't trade that draft pick. You get a good player in this decently deep draft. And I think that that's probably the best case scenario. Another thing that's listed here for Ryan O'Reilly that's put on here by Spectres Hockey is that Botterill traded Evander Kane, and he kind of was being, I guess, disrespected for trading him for not a lot, what people would think, because of the fact that he kind of didn't really have that much time left to make the move. He was an unrestricted free agent, so he didn't have very much left on his contract, so there's a little bit more urgency to trade him. But with Ryan O'Reilly, he has 5 years left, so you do have a little bit more time. There's no urgency there unless some, dominoes start to fall, but you're probably not really, crazy every day on the phone lines trying to move him. It could just be a move that happens, and maybe it just doesn't. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was John Tavares, and this is something that I wanted to mention even if it wasn't in the Spectres Hockey article. Basically, in the article, they're talking about the fact about John Tavares might be unhappy with the moves that were made yesterday. And I said this in the video. I actually had one side of it. Now I can talk about the other side. I talked about the side that John Tavares might be upset with the moves because of the fact that he was close with Doug Weight and Garth Snow. And of course, we all know that they were fired yesterday or let go because they're probably still going to be within the organization. And Lou Lamoriello has taken over as GM. I looked at that side of the fact that Tavares, because of his interest within Doug Weight being the coach and Garth Snow remaining GM, that he might be upset and go somewhere else. But if you look at the article and what it says here, it basically goes to the fact that he played the same way and, you know, was talking the same way, played as hard for Jack Capuano. I keep saying his name wrong, and I know I've messed it up every single time. But he played hard for him, and he went, you know, he went to bat for him as well. So what's the difference here with Doug Weight and Garth Snow? The article basically says here, if he was so tied to them, then he probably would have signed a little while ago, or at least had conversations with them about staying in with the Islanders in more depth than just, oh, maybe I'm gonna stay, we're gonna, you know, play it by ear and stuff like that. So he was talking. All the pieces in here are talking about that side. So if you want to read that, it's obviously in the description down below, like always. But it's looking at the fact that Tavares might have the mindset that he's happy with the moves because it shows that the team's going in another direction, in a good direction, and making sure that they are going to start winning some hockey games, hopefully. So Tavares might be very happy with these moves and think, okay, listen, we're actually going to go for the playoffs. We might make some moves. Lou Lamoriello is going to try to make sure this team has better players around me, and that could very well be what Tavares is looking forward to, so we're not going to know until he either signs or leaves. Another good point that's brought up here in the Tavares argument is that Lou Lamoriello basically said the Tavares situation had no, you know, connection with the Doug Weight and Garth Snow firing. There's no real connection there. He didn't have the Tavares situation in mind. He basically just said this was the moves that needed to be made. The next one I wanted to talk about, and the last one, is Ilya Kovalchuk. We all know after 5 seasons in the KHL, he wants to come back to the NHL, and he was formerly with the New Jersey Devils, and we all know how that went down. Well, Ray Shero, the GM of the New Jersey Devils, has said that Ilya Kovalchuk will not be on the New Jersey Devils. There will be no contact there. He doesn't believe that there will be, and there's people, and you can read in this article, that are saying that there's probably not going to be a chance that he comes back to the Devils. There was no interest the last time that they were talking, the last chance that he had to come back into the NHL. So it doesn't look like the Devils will be interested. I mean, the only way I can see that they would be interested is if all these other NHL teams were kind of downplaying Kovalchuk and saying, we're not very interested, and Kovalchuk ends up taking a shorter term deal worth a lot less money, which is probably not going to happen. There's going to be suitors for him. I would think the Devils might maybe just check in, but at this point it kind of looks like they're not interested. So let me know what you guys think about these rumors. Again, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Thank you guys very much for all the support lately. Again, I'm really trying hard to continue to pump out all this content for you guys. Apparently I can't speak English today, so I'm going to end it here. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.